So these are my Facebook posts, so there is no sequence or order. As and when I get a mood, I just post something that comes to the mind. So this is as ChatGPT gives unlimited range of intelligence, meaning knowledge. What you need is firm guidance on choices you make out of the ChatGPT information. Like a lot of people nowadays, a great lot of managers are using ChatGPT to write emails. A lot of management students and perhaps other students are doing their summer projects and other assignments using ChatGPT. But perhaps to avoid being noticed, they may make some alterations in that. Okay, that's okay. But one should have the capacity, that ability, creative, analytical ability to identify what is the way to kind of restructure, edit and redesign the ChatGPT provided ideas and paragraphs or thesis. Okay. And a lot of people are using it for other guidances about their questions in life and relationships and feelings and emotions and things like that. It is told. So they go blindly by the ChatGPT. That may be giving me, I don't know, maybe giving some wonderful guidance, no doubt, but the individual should have, the will of the individual should have the power and competency to understand the essence of what is told or the critical aspects of what is being told. Everything told may not be relevance to a given individual. So, at least the individual should have the training to ask the proper questions, proper syntax or properly verified questions. Otherwise the answers can be of any type and it will be misleading. Many people do not know that ChatGPT works by language. Artificial intelligence works by language, not by other digital coding as in other computer programs. So one should have the ultimate competency in language, to take advantage of ChatGPT or artificial intelligence. So that's all about this. The next one is so in that pressure pain duality continuum, that is one end pressure, the other end pain. That is the Freudian principle accepted all over the world, and I am proposing a midpoint which is called peace, P-E-A-C, peace, peacefulness, peaceful state. Which is a fundamental thing. It can have the highest level of blissfulness also. So the system has to get into that state of equilibrium, neither pleasure nor pain. That is the real state of peace, or what may be called the real happiness state, the real happiness. Pleasure is just a peripheral happiness, contented, C-O-N-T-E-N-T-D, contented state, contentment, the state of contentment. So normally that is possible only for a meditative mind, a mind of wisdom and understanding. What I can call a Zen mind, Isandian Zen mind. So most of the spiritual traditions are actually propagating the concept of some enlightenment or something like that. But instead of that, they should talk also about that peacefulness. Peacefulness is the first step towards enlightenment. That is the preliminary condition for the Zen mind. So this is my proposal. So these are mostly dialogues from one or two of my so-called trainees. Sir, why are you training me to live alone? So my answer, my training usually involves, depending upon individual cases, that aspect. What aspect? To live alone. Because that's almost inevitable in the future. Perhaps I was talking to somebody of the age of 35 or so. In the future, as of now it is 2025, in the future or even now, a lot of people, retired people, live alone physically. And otherwise there will be physical loneliness. Maybe the wife and the children may be there, but individual experiences loneliness, left abandoned, left alone, which is more painful. So individuals, as of now, and for the coming times, must develop the willpower and the competency, the emotional strength, or the mental strength, what you call, to manage the self absolutely alone, without being tormented by thoughts about people and events and experiences in life. So how one should manage that? It requires a lot of training, a lot of interactions. The primary thing is that ideally a human being of today should try to relate with the nature process. Of course, it is not easy, because even for a little child, the training by the parents and other people is to relate with other human beings only. If you notice, any child would interact with a piece of stone or piece of wood or birds or dogs or trees and plants. Actually, a human being has the intellectual power, the power of the brain, to really relate with every blade of grass and the plants and the trees and the birds and the skies and the rains and all those natural process situations. But on the other hand, human beings are consciously trained to interact only with other human beings. That will become a problem when a human being is left alone. So, human being has to recreate a real relationship with that which you do not talk back. Almost all human beings are trained to relate with other people by talking. When two individuals meet together, they start talking. It is very complicated for individuals to sit in a group and not talking. So if they don't talk, they feel very upset, very tense. So because of the tendency to talk, so the trees and the plants and the birds do not talk back. So human being has to develop just looking at the trees and whatever nature process available. So that's for the time being. A lot can be said about it, but I'm just because my Facebook posts are there. I have already quit Facebook, so I thought as a time pass, I will create a video covering some of the significant Facebook posts, or Facebook posts which I consider as significant. All right. Next one. That is September 14. So someone is telling me, I can face and speak to any audience, but my heart shivers at the sight of a villainous person, sir. What to do? What to do, sir? Then I am replying, aha, same is the case with me, which is the truth. I find it very difficult to interact with unethical and villainous people. Even now, actually, I feel kind of scared when I see a policeman coming to me on the road. And villainous people. Though I can manage any villains, this kind of people, I have managed them, but still that unconscious fear is there of villainous people. Maybe for many other people. Just one of the so-called ordinary Facebook posts, according to me. Ordinary Facebook posts. Okay, another post, September 11. Yeah, I feel so sad. A guy is telling me, I feel so sad to think about the day when I will not be here. Then I reply, that's true. But also think what difference it makes when you are already here. So this kind of a training statement. So when you are here, make the difference. Live by the purpose of your life. Do things beautifully, firmly and correctly and completely. Be totally involved. What I call, take every act a significant expression of your self-image. Okay? That's what I proposed in that reply, but it is more than that. Actually, I am here and I am not here are just two sides of the same coin only, or it doesn't matter. You are here, it is sensed by the consciousness. And the consciousness may be worried. Consciousness might be feeling sad to think that one day you will be out of this world. Anyway, at that time this consciousness will not be there. At least you can be sure about that. Okay? That's all. I also feel, actually speaking, sometimes surprised or worried or sad that this consciousness will not be there after some time. Next post, September 10. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was the God. The Bible says something like that, sir. Yeah, somebody is telling me. I also remember someone telling that in the beginning of the Bible there is a sentence like this. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was the God. So, I am replying that the Word cannot be God. Out of all the things in the world, all the things, out of all meaning all, the entire range of possible, probable things and entities and phenomena and whatever in this world, the Word is the only thing that cannot be God. Because Word is 100% the creation of human being. Then how can the Word be God? Okay? So whatever uttered that word, for example, if the Bible said that, okay, in the beginning of the Word, and whatever uttered that word is the God, then it would have been much more realistic, much more truthful. Here there is an intention behind the designers of the Bible to position words as ultimate. And that's what is going on in the world. And their world is controlled by words and sentences, or what I call the language. Every religion is nothing but an assemblage of language. The Islamic religion language, the Christian language, the Jain language or the Buddhist language. I don't want to talk about Hinduism because there is no religion called Hinduism. Of course there is the role of language there also, but not the way. The language of the whatever protagonist is the ultimate. They are all languages created by somebody. The word is not the thing. The word pencil, nobody can write with P-E-N-C-I-L. Pencil is the name given to that thing with which we write. So there is a great world of difference, or there is absolutely no relation between the word and God, or word and the thing named. Every word is nothing but a name, whatever be that word. And a language is nothing but an assemblage of words only. So how can word be the God? But the Bible has to say that then only people can be controlled by the languages of the Bible, or languages of Quran, or languages of wherever written. So they take that language as ultimate, and in that process they disregard, or they don't even understand who said that, at least. Okay? Anyway, that's all. We can go a 1 hour talk on this alone, but that's not my purpose here. I want just to, take a video on my Facebook post, that's all. And just to put it in my video collection. So, next one, dated what? September 5, 2025. So somebody is telling, I would love to sing that song, sir. I am a singer. And I understand what is music, I understand what is poetry, what is lyric, what is music, everything I understand. I have done research on everything in this man-created world and the other world also. So I am giving you a suggestion. First you sing the way it flows to you, a particular song. Because he was saying, I would love to sing that song. He was referring to a certain song. I think he was suggesting the song, this one. Anuragalola Gatri Varavai Neelaratri Anuragalola Gatri Varavai Neelaratri. This was the song. He was able to sing it. So I told him, you first do it the way it comes to you, then listen to the original as many times as possible. Then you are non-conscious. Your entity will learn the song. Others are trying to learn a song consciously. Actually, nobody sings consciously. The tune comes to them from, let us say, sort of nowhere. So I am suggesting listen to the original several times, gradually adapt to changes and the sangadis in slow speed. So slow speed, that is my suggestion. For example, Anurag Lola. So if it is Anurag Lola, and so take it slowly. Lola, Lola. Then make it fast. Lola. So like that. Slowly. Don't hurry. Don't try to do the way the original singer is singing. And the next one. So with that, I stop this part of the video.